Are you ready to open your positive mindset? Do you want to see the world in a positive way and receive the good that you are meant to? If so, this is going to be the episode for you because we're going to dive into tapping into your positive mindset and how it can actually change your entire experience. My name is Henry, and this is the #1 mindset podcast, the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because this is going to be a powerful episode that's going to charge you up. If you need that feel-good energy, something to inspire you, then this is the show for you. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. All right, well, we're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, before we get started, if you enjoyed this episode and you're on Spotify, I appreciate it if you could leave a comment below. Those mean the world to me, and I love connecting with you, so thank you so much for that. And if you enjoyed this message, sharing it is so powerful. If you share it, thank you, thank you, thank you. So how do you level up? How do you enjoy a positive mindset? How do you get into that space? Well, I'm going to tell you some things that you have to believe about yourself. You see, we receive based on our belief, not necessarily our thought. We can think things and not believe them. Belief comes from consistency in choosing thought and action. If you know that no matter what is going on externally, you are going to think a certain way, even when you don't want to, even when it's hard, even when other people try to get you to think differently, that you will think a certain way that's in alignment with higher self, and that you will act within the possibilities of your ability in alignment with those thoughts, you will believe that that's who you are. If you believe that's who you are, then you will receive as you are. So if you want to level up, if you want to receive good, you have to believe good about you. What does your internal dialogue sound like? What do you think other people think about you? What do you think when you make a mistake? What do you think when you're in trouble? What do you think when you're struggling about yourself? If they are not high-level beliefs, if they're not high-level thoughts, then you're going to continue to receive the same. Ultimately, sometimes, and this is the hardest thing to do, I think, we have to reflect on ourselves and realize we are probably the problem. That doesn't mean that other people and external things aren't causing problems, aren't being hurtful, aren't being mean, aren't trying to take advantage of you. Like, that doesn't mean that those aren't true. But if it's only external, then you can't fix it. You can't change. You can't create different experiences. So if we look at it from a far enough perspective, if we look at ourselves, there's something that we are thinking or not doing that is creating the experience that we have. And understand, as a child, you don't have much choice on when you're at. But eventually, you reach a certain age, a certain situation, a certain position in life where you can remove yourself from certain surroundings, from certain thought patterns, from certain people, and place yourself in places that are uplifting. It eventually always boils down to choice. When you choose to do things differently and you choose to act differently, guess what? You will start believing differently. If you believe differently, you will receive different. You are meant to be more. In fact, the most painful journey that you've possibly had, no matter what your background is, no matter what your failures are, no matter what your mistakes are, no matter what your pain is, no matter what has happened to you, it's all for you because of the beautiful, powerful person that you can become on the other end. One of the most powerful perspectives is thinking more of yourself. If you think of yourself as a powerful being that's here having a temporary experience, whether you think you're a soul, your energy, whatever it is, if you're having a temporary experience in your body, in your life, why wouldn't you be such a powerful being saying to itself, I want to go into a situation where I understand love more so I could give it more. I could expand it more. You see, if you take that perspective about yourself, the world, your experience starts making a little bit more sense. You can't truly understand it unless you become a creator of it. So if your life has been filled with situations, experiences, people void of love, those are opportunities for you to create it. But you're not creating it for them, you're creating it for you, because when it's within you, it can flow through you to whoever deserves to receive it. But you first. If you start looking at yourself as something powerful, if you start believing in yourself that you are more and that your past doesn't define you and that your future won't define you, but that your current state is all there is, you have the power to be anything that you desire. You can be anyone. It becomes a choice. You can be someone famous. You can be someone rich. You can be someone happy. It's all up to you. Whatever you are now is not your permanent state as long as you're willing to adjust. As long as you're willing to reflect. Because what happens, those that do not reflect, that look at themselves, project. Because they're looking for something that's the cause. And if you don't look within you, the powerful creator that you are, and you only look external, then you're going to say, oh, it's this person. Oh, it's this situation. It's the economy. It's the president. It's my boss. It's my parents. It's my friends. It's my enemies. You're going to continually project onto them what's really an opportunity within you. You are more than just this human being that just experiences life. You are a powerful energy that creates it. You are a powerful manifester. You are a powerful ball of electricity that makes life on this planet exist. You are that valuable. And if you don't see yourself as that, then it makes life confusing. It makes you wonder, why me? It limits you to only processing things as your ego. That's a limited way of being, and you are so much more. You deserve to feel so much more. You deserve to receive so much more. So ask yourself, why do I choose to have a limiting perspective of myself? Why don't I just go ahead and assume the most highest, most powerful version of me is what I truly am? If you're going to have life, if you're going to go through this journey, it's up to you to choose what you think you are. Why not pick something amazing? Why not empower yourself to see that you are more than your pain? You are more than your hurt. You are more than your failures, your letdowns, what you think people think about you. You are so much more of that. You are just having the experience of those things. You're experiencing them because you want to create the opposite of them. You want to bring love within you and you want to expand it within the world. Why not say that I am that? That I am someone here with a purpose, that I am someone here to make a difference, that I am here because I can do more. I am here because I have done more. I am here because I'm capable. Start thinking about yourself in that sense. And then create a future version of yourself that handles your situation, that grows, that heals, that expands. What does that version of you become? What? You can start material if you need to. That's the baseline because we live in a material world. But who do you become? When you start creating this powerful vision of yourself with the thought of knowing that you're more, you'll be inspired by this version of you. You will feel the calling of that version of you to exist, but it can't exist without you making the choice. So when you know who that version of you is, when you start to understand how that version of you would think, and you start doing it now, you start thinking like higher you, and then you start acting like higher than you start to believe it. As you start to believe it, you start to receive it. The more you receive it, the more you're going to believe it, and you move down the journey. You start using all of the things that have been creating your current experience without your consent, without your power, just happening. You start taking that power back and you start creating. It's all about building inner peace within. The inner peace comes from understanding your power and using it accordingly. It's not about getting rich. It's not about making money. You can manifest and be a terrible person. You can expand and have all the wealth in the world and be empty within. That is not what we want. We want to raise our energy. We want to level up so that way we can become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you're listening to this and you're ready to level up, you've heard me talking about my one-on-one coaching program, now is the time to get in. I'm probably going to be closing this at the end of the month. I only have a few spots left, and I want to work with people that are ready to truly shift, that want to adjust and have a positive mindset so they can see their situation in a way that inspires them. They can find their higher selves. We take the mind and we bring it into your current state so you start thinking, and then with the homework, with our conversations, acting in alignment. As we start doing it, as you start believing it, you start receiving it. If you're interested in this program, you can reach out to me via Instagram or this link down below, and I will follow right back up to you. And the other thing, I mentioned in the previous episode that a chapter is ending for me. I'm looking to expand. I want to work in business. I want to work with people, and I have a few ideas. I have my Zone of Genius program. I have some other things that I believe would be a great fit. But I don't want to limit it to what I think is possible. We have grown together. This is all possible because of these communications, because of these conversations. So if you have an idea, if there's something within you that's saying, you know what, this might be a good fit. I have a creative idea. I have something that might be a good fit with somebody that thinks and acts and brings value like I do, then reach out to me. You can reach out to me via Instagram or that link down below, whatever works best. There's also my email. I'm open to all kinds of expansion because I believe the best is yet to come, and I enjoy doing it with y'all. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.